Well, I've had a good look at this thing, and honestly I can't make up my mind. So that's why I want to enlist the help of you guys to help me decide, do I strip it down for parts or do I restore this thing? Apparently it's a little bit rare. I'd like to find out just how rare it is. The thing that makes it rare is the fact that it's an 88-inch wheelbase flat deck. I've been told that the 88-inch in a flat deck is particularly rare. I don't know whether that's just here in the Southern Hemisphere or whether it's a worldwide thing. Percy the Parts car's got a lot going for him. He's got 3 really good tyres. The chassis is no worse than an English chassis. It's the worst one that I've had so far, but it's not the worst that I've seen. You see, Percy was used as a boat tractor. He didn't get washed. It looks as though he was launching some kind of boat on the mud flats, because he's got the mud from the area that I picked him up from completely encrusting many of the mechanical parts, and also filling all of the cavities with this concretous compound. Fabricating new outriggers and new sections of main chassis rail is not really a problem for me. I've set myself up with my own dry sandblasting and wet sandblasting equipment, so once I get these bits off I can give everything the clean and find out just what I've got. So I'm not scared of this. The engine, I started it up yesterday and I'm gobsmacked. Refer to my previous video. This thing runs sweet as a nut, and all I had to do to it was to clean the points and remove the bird's nest from the carburetor. It's a 1973. It's a Series 3. All of the bits that are hard to get, like the dashboard parts, are reasonably tidy. The roof's been walked around on. I've never seen one that hasn't been. But if I can get my hands on an English wheel, I'm dying to have a play at doing some metal massaging and learning a new skill. It's got random corrosion in the back panel in 3 spots, but it follows a line all the way across. So I'm betting that that's because moss and hay and grass seed and whatnot was all jammed up behind here on the deck. So what I'm going to do is just completely unrivet that panel, use it as a pattern for a new one, and I'll put a whole complete new piece of aluminium in there. The seat box is surprisingly good. They often go down in these corners from people in wet clothes, dripping and wicking moisture down the seat belt. I'll need some seat backs, which are a metal part, but the wooden bases and the seat squabs I can make from scratch. I've had a peek into the vents. They were stiff and felt like they'd never been opened in their life. The rubbers are in reasonable condition. The bird catchers and insect catchers are also very good. And the recess seems well within my capabilities. Front dumb irons need some work. what I'll do is cut gaping holes into the bottom when I've got the chassis stripped down and inspect the inside. I'll cut virtually the entire bottom out of the chassis, section by section, peer inside, do any work that needs to be done inside the chassis rails, and then weld in a new bottom plate. Then I can deal with those outriggers. Look at that. Look at that. The mud's the only thing that's holding it together. There's my little bird's nest. Haven't got the heart to throw it away completely. But I'll need a pair of guards, I'll need a pair of doors, I'll need a radiator and a grille, I'll need headlights and indicators for the front, and I'll need a gear stick. This one's had parts robbed off it while it's been sitting. Now, rather than turn this into a vote fest where you just vote to save it or vote to turn it into parts, the kind of help that I need from you guys is to find out just how rare this model is. It's within my capabilities to restore it, but of course it's down to time. Will it turn out to be something that in 20 years' time I can cash in and pay off the remainder of my mortgage with? So if you've got any insight into how many of these things were built, please make mention down in the comments below. And if working on crusty old Land Rovers and saving things from a fate worse than death is your cup of tea, there's lots more of this to be found in other videos of mine.